for this final section. So we're looking at the COALESCE function, right? And we've understood that the COALESCE function, what it does is it takes in arguments, right? And it returns the first non-null value of that argument. And it doesn't bother itself with the rest of the arguments, right? Now, we are trying to, what's it called again? We've created a table. Let me just go through this again. A table called bonuses. It has two columns, employee ID, then amount. Now, we've inserted 5 records in this bonuses table. And out of these 5 records, 2 records are null. The rest are not null, right? So 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Now, what we are doing here is this. We are saying, use the COALESCE function to replace null with 0. Take note. When calculating the total compensation that includes both salary and bonus. So in this case, what is happening here is that this column is called total compensation. And total compensation is the salary plus this COALESCE function, right? The salary plus COALESCE function. Now, what is the COALESCE function doing? It is taking B dot amount. What is B? B is the bonuses table that we created here, right? Now, it's taking the bonuses table, then comma 0. Now, don't forget that this bonuses table, the amount column, there are null values that exist there. So what we're trying to do is this. If there is a value, then if you take that value and add it to the actual salary of that staff, then that's what will be returned as the total compensation. But if the amount is null, then of course what will be here to be null, then comma 0. So it will use 0 because that will be the first non-null argument. Then to add 0 to the what? Salary of that staff. That way, we're not going to have an error because it should be saying null plus salary. That will give us an error because we're not saying null plus salary. But 0 plus salary can work because 0 is an integer value, then salary is also an integer value, right? So if there's a value for that staff, use that value, that's the bonus amount, and add it to the salary and return that as a compensation. However, if there is no value, then to use 0, then add 0 to the salary of that staff. That's what we are doing here. So select E dot first name, E dot last name, E dot salary, comma, E dot salary plus this COALESCE function as total compensation. So the column title will be total compensation. From the employees E, left join, bonuses B. So all the records from the employees table, that's the left table, then matching records from the right table. And that's why we have this output. So if you look at this output now, you can see that this one returned 18,000 as the total compensation value for this total column. Why is that? That's because this ID, the first one is what? 1,000. So it is not null. It's actually a value. So to use that 1,000, add it to the salary to 17,000, right? The second record is to come across, it is null. So in this function, what we have here is null. So it will not use null because it's looking for not null. That's an actual value. It will use 0. 0 plus 17,000 is still 17,000, right? The third record is 1,500. It will add 1,500 here. 1,500 plus 9,000 will give us 10,500. The fourth record is null. If you come here to use null, oh, it doesn't, it's looking for not null. Then it's use 0. So 0 plus 6,000 gives us 6,000. Does this make sense? Do you understand this example, COALESCE function? Yes or no?
No.
Hi. You're just able to answer that question. You're just able to answer that question like,
Sorry, I'm a bit lost. The B, this thing, B dot amount, is it the salary or the bonus?
B
Okay,
is
what's
representing
being
bonus
added
table.
to the salary? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So what's the O at the end?
What's the what?
Is this not is it not zero that is there?
That's zero, not O. That's number. It's a number, zero.
Yeah, I'm saying what is zero for?
So what we are doing here is this. What we are trying to do is we're trying to get first name, last name, salary, then total compensation, right? What is total compensation? Total compensation is salary plus bonus, right? Salary plus bonus. Do we
Okay.
get that? However,
Yes, I do.
in the bonus table, no values exist, no records exist, right?
Okay.
And that would give us an error. Because by the time it comes to this place and we are saying no plus salary, two different data types, it's not work. We have an error. So
Oh,
what can we
oh,
do? We can use the coalesce function such that if we instead of just adding the amount plus salary to get the total compensation, we are saying coalesce amount, then comma zero. This way, if it encounters a null value, move to the next the next not value. That's non-null value, which is zero.
oh,
And use that
okay.
value and add it to the salary. That's
Oh,
what is happening here. Do you get it now, IJ?
yeah, I do.
Aliyah, what about you? Sorry, was it you that said no? Or no, Vivian? Vivian, I was waiting for me to attack.
Yes, I understand now.
Thank you. Now let's combine coalesce and case expression. The coalesce function is functionally equivalent to the following case expression. Like this is actually what is actually being done at the like let's say at the back end, right? Case. When argument is not null, then argument one. It will return argument one because it's not null. When argument two is not null, then argument two. Else. Now, when we say else, that means argument three times is null, right? So it gives us argument three. So what's actually happening here is let's look at this. The following queries use the case expression instead of the coalesce function. We are trying to achieve the same thing, but using case now to do it. Right? Now look at this here. What I mean is we're trying to achieve this same result. Here we use the coalesce function, but instead of just using coalesce, we're trying to use the case expression. Now select E dot first name, E dot last name, that is employees, E dot salary now, comma, E dot salary plus. Now look at the case. The first one, when B dot amount is null, use zero. Else use B dot amount. That's what we're trying to do. End as total compensation. So you can see it is still giving us the same output, but we're using a different way to write it. So what we just did here is named as coalesce. Coalesce will give us the first non-null value. So if it finds a value here that is not null, it will return its false. But if the value is null, then to use zero. That's what is happening here. Do we understand this query, guys? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Aliyah, IJ, Lara, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, let me
Yes,
know.
sir.
Do you get it? Does it make sense, Ibrahim? You can use the chat feature if your mic is not good. I don't want to assume that you get it. I want to be sure that you actually get it. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right. So you can see now, summary. Use the SQL coalesce function to return the first non argument from a list of what? Argument. All right. We've looked at case. And look at the case. Let's look at the syntax again. When something, then zero. This will be the output that we're going to see. When something else, then result. When something else, then result. Else, that means if none of those conditions are met, just give us this. That's what we're saying. Now, the final thing we want to look at for conditional expressions or functions is null if. Null if function. We look at the case expression. We've seen the coalesce function. Now we're looking at the null if function. Null if function. Null if function. null if.
Mr. Dam,
Yes, please.
please, this SQL, is it the same thing with the one you sent us? Like, is
Yes,
it
it
still
is.
the same thing?
It is. It is. It's looking different, Abby.
Yes, I don't see all these things in
That's
my own.
because you may explode it. I know. I know. If you
I can explore it more than what it's showing me.
say that again.
I can I can see more than what I can only see this what is SQL and all of these stuff, but I didn't see these ones.
They actually did.
But they are there.
Yeah. It is the same
Okay.
one I sent to the group.
Okay, sir. We'll check it.
Please do. Please do. Because I'm going to give you an assignment. In fact, yeah, if assignment is plenty, assignment is choking. Okay. All right. Now, non-if. After this, I think we're going to cover. We'll look at subqueries tomorrow. Look at subqueries tomorrow. Yes, subqueries. But if you guys can, no, okay, just you can read up on it if you want to read up on it. Look at it tomorrow. So, our focus will be now. We'll do what's it? There's something that where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh my, oh my, oh my. Any value on that aggregate function. I'll look at that later on, so I can't find it now. But let's look at this real quick. The null if function. Now, SQL uses the null if function to compare two values, and it will return null if they are equal. It is very simple, like very simple. If you compare two values, right? If they are equal, it will return null. Otherwise, it will return something else. So if you want to use it in the case way, like case expression, which is called searched case, right? If you want to use it in the case expression, okay, before I do that, look, let's read this. Can you guys read this? Let's read this, guys. Who wants to help us to read this?
The null if function returns null if value equals
No,
value
if,
2.
take it again. If what?
Oh, sorry. The null if function returns null if value 1 equals value 2.
Good.
It returns the value 1 if the values are not equal.
Thank you. It is very simple. That's syntax. Just like we have for COALESCE. COALESCE takes many arguments, but it is looking for the first non-null value. Once it finds it, any other thing is not necessary. We're not bothering ourselves about it. The null if function, it will check two values. Are they equal? If the two of them are equal, it will return null. But if they are not equal, it will return the first value. That's the first argument. If you want to write it using the case expression, this is how we're going to write it. Case, when value 1 equals value 2, then null. It's the same thing. Like if value 1 equals value 2, then return null. Else, value 1. Does this search case?
Also, they wrote, sorry, sir.
Yes, please. There is no what?
No, but it's written when value 1 equals value 1, then no, not value 2.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Does it mean we can also write value 2 there?
That's a mistake on their part. On their part.
Okay,
This
okay.
should be when value 1 equals value 2. I mean, no one make mistake. This thing was done by people now, Abi.
Okay, sir.
So it's a mistake on the part. So it is when if you want to use case, that's the second case to do it. It will be when value 1 equals value 2, then none, else value 1. But if you don't want to use the case, you just come and write it like this. Null if value 1, comma value 2. So you know what it will return. It will return either one of two values, either null or value 1. If they are equal, it will return null. If they are not equal, it's one value 1. Right? So, of course, value 1 can still be value 2 anyways. It can still be the same value. Like this, value 1 is 100, value 2 is also 100. So they're equal. You get that now. But that's why they have it like this. But ideally, should have been value 1 equals value 2. So, value 1 is 100, value 2 is 100. And of course, the result we expect is what? Null. In this case, value 1 is 100, value 2 is 200. they are not the same. So the result we have is what? 100. Now you can see, select null if 100, 200. We have result. What's happening here? Result is what? Alias. So it's like as result, alias. We're not using any tables here, as you can see. We're not using any tables. We're just doing some two different operations. We're not using from any tables. But of course, we can use a table depending on what we're trying to achieve. Look at this one now. Select null if 100, null result. We are having 100, which is the first value. The reason is because 100 is not equals to null. Null means empty. 100 is not empty, it's a value, right? Look at this one again. Select null if null, 100. We're going to have null because they are not equal. Now, they are not equal, so it's going to give us the first value. In this case, the first value was null, right? Look at this one. Select null if sequel, sequel. The same spelling, the same caps. They are caps, they are caps. So it's going to give us what? Null. Do we get this now?
Yes, sir.
Now let's look at it in a table. So we have a table called articles. This table has how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 columns with three different data types. You can see text, varchar, int. Now there isn't text here because they expect that the person will enter many, many things. You understand? So text. Now look at, there are certain some records there. Insert into articles, article ID, title, excerpt, body. Yeah, there isn't 255 as a constraint, character constraint. One, this, then this is the body. So divided 3 records based on this, as you can see. 1, 2, 3. Now observe something. Observe something, guys. For the first record, article ID is 1, Abi. Title ID. Title is what? SQL null if function. What is the excerpt here? Can we see this, guys? What is the excerpt?
Use
For the first record.
This tutorial shows how to use this.
Nope, nope. Got it well.
The dot, like others.
It's not dot, it's just
hyphen and comma rather.
No, empty quote.
Quote and comma.
Yes. Now, we've known already before that empty quote is not null value, right? We've established that before. Empty quote is not null value. It's just a value that there's nothing there. This is different from empty, like there's null value means that place is just totally blank. This one is a string value. The data type is string, but there's nothing there, right? Then the body in this case is what? This shows you how to use the SQL only function. The second one, everything has values there, just like 20 has values there. Now the third one, the third record, the ID is 3, the title is SQL query, the excerpt is null. You can see now this one is empty value, null value, empty value. Then this is the body. Now let's look at this. Retrieve article ID, title, and excerpt from the articles table. Can we see this here? Does this output make sense to us? Is Aliyah with us? It seems Aliyah has stopped talking. Is Aliyah with us? Aliyah, she's here. Aliyah, does this output make sense to you? Hello, Aliyah, does this make sense? Do you get this? Can you guys hear me? Aliyah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Aliyah is not responding. IJ, Ibrahim, Vivian, do you understand this output? Is it clear?
Yes, I understand it.
Okay, good. So based on the input records, right, our insert query. So you can see this one. There's nothing there, but it not call it null. It's just like blank, but there's nothing there, but it's not null. It's different from this record 3 that is null. Now, if the excerpt is not available, right? If the excerpt is not available, take note. If the excerpt is not available, it not say not available, like it's not available, then we can't find anything there. We can use the first 50 characters of the body instead. Take note. If the excerpt is not available, it does not exist. It does not exist. We can use the first 50 characters of the body instead. Now, look at this here. To do that, we can use the COALESCE function to return excerpt column if it is not null. Otherwise, return the first 50 characters of the body. Look at the query. Select article ID, comma, title, coalesce. So we are coalescing the excerpt column. Who can tell me what the coalesce function does again? What does it do? Anybody? Coalesce function?
So I can just say it the way all right, you understand me? Yeah.
Eh?
So it brings us.
It does anyhow. What do you say?
No, I'm trying to look for the
Okay.
right sentence.
Okay. Don't say
The
it the way you
coalesce function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it brings up when it runs the query here, the first non-null value.
Mm-hmm. That's what it returns, right?
Yes, so that's what it returns.
If it sees any null value, what does it do?
If it is what's 0?
If it finds a null value, let's say it is going through the argument, and it sees a null value, what does it do?
It's
You actually know it. So if it has, let's say, 5 arguments, right? If it has 5 arguments, and in those 5 arguments, everything is null except the last 2. Everything is null except the last 2. So how does the coalesce function work? 5 arguments, everything is null except the last 2. How does it work?
So I thought it brings up the first non-null arguments.
I'm not disputing that. That's correct. That's correct. But how will it do it? Will it just go and pick the first non-null argument?
No.
So if it's not just going to pick because I mean there are different positions. So everything is null except the last 2. So it will go to the argument list. It will go to them one by one. Abi?
Yes, sir.
So my question is, once it encounters the first argument, what will happen?
So ignore it.
It will ignore it. It will skip it.
Yes.
That way that you know it. It will ignore it. It will skip it. So by the time it gets to the second argument, what happens?
To ignore it, or skip it.
Third argument.
Yes, sir. Skip it until it gets to the one where there is.
Fourth argument.
Skip it. Skip it.
Until except the last 2. There are 5
yes,
arguments.
Sir.
So fourth argument
is no, it skips it.
It doesn't skip. The first argument is actually a value.
Okay, the first argument has a value.
Fourth.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't skip it. It has a value, so it will pick it.
So if you pick it, then what does it do with the fifth argument?
It also ignores it because it is the first.
Because it has found
what it wants. Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that's how you know it. Now, coalesce. So in this case, how many arguments do we have in this coalesce function? How many arguments?
2.
2. The first one is the excerpt column.
This part. Yes, sir.
Then the second argument is this
left
left
body.
left function, and we have body, then 50. What are we doing here? We are reading from left to right. The body
Yes.
column, picking just the first 50 characters.
Okay.
From left to right, the body column, picking the first 50 characters.
15 characters.
Don't forget what I'm trying to achieve. If the COALESCE function as summary, that's what I'm doing as summary. If it comes to this place, that's the summary column, it will take the first argument, x out. Is it empty or not empty? If it is not empty, it will pick it. Don't forget that the not null does not have to be integer. It can be any other thing. It can be, as long as it's not null. So it can be integer, it can be decimal. It can be text. That's virtual. So if it finds something here, that means if it finds something, it will use it. It will not come here at all. But if it does not find anything here, if it finds a null value here, then it will come and use this argument, which is the first 50 characters of the body. Please, do you understand what's going on here?
Yes, sir.
Aliyah, Ibrahim, IJ.
Yes, sir.
So look at the output
Hello,
now.
Mr.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I went somewhere, like I dropped my phone. I just came back.
Hallelujah. Welcome
I want to do something.
Okay, because I've not been calling your name, you've not been responding. Okay,
Sorry about that, sir.
That's okay.
I just came back.
That's okay. The rest of us, do you understand this output now? Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
And you can see why this place is not, we're not having any record here. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because it is not null. It's just that you can see it here as it is here.
It's an empty.
Yes, sir.
Empty string. Empty string. It's not a null value, just an empty string. Right? So this output makes sense, perfect sense, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where is the output again? I can't find it. Okay, this is it here. Now, what can we do? Let's look at this. To solve this problem, this place that is empty, right? Even though it's not a null value, but it's empty. We can say, however, the summary column is empty for the article ID 1. To solve this problem, as you may guess, we can use the null if function. Now look at this. Look at this, guys. So the COALESCE function is taking how many arguments?
3.
Look at it well.
2.
Okay, 2.
Thank you. What's the first argument? The null if function.
Yes, sir.
The null if function.
What's the second argument? The left function.
The
left body.
The same way COALESCE works, it's still the same way it works. It's just that in this case, our values that are put in are not, the argument we're putting is not just like value 1, value 2, value 3. The argument are functions themselves, right? The argument are not those values, but they're functions themselves. So we are saying COALESCE now, argument 1. What's happening argument 1? We are checking if the excerpt and this is empty is equal. Remember, null if works whereby if value 1 and value 2 is equal, what will we return? Hey, I forgot some.
Sorry.
Null if.
Sorry, say that again.
Null if. It will check two values, value 1 and value 2. If they are equal, what will we return?
It will return as a.
It will return null.
As
If
1.
value 1.
No.
As value 1.
It will return null if they are equal.
Yes, if they're equal
Okay,
to return 1.
yes,
If they
that's
are
true.
not
Return
equal,
value
that will
1.
return value 1.
Value 1, yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And what is COALESCE looking for?
The first non-null.
The first non-null.
Okay.
Thank you. So the first argument of the COALESCE is checking a null if function, checking excerpt and now look at this excerpt and this empty string.
Yeah.
Now, it will go and check. Extract an empty string for record 1. This is record 1, guys. Right? Can we see record 1 here?
Yes, sir.
What is extract an empty string? So by the time non-if check, what will be the output for this place, for the first record? Extract and not an empty string. What will it return?
Sorry.
Extract an empty string. What will it return? Don't forget, this is the empty, this is the extract column for that record 1. Are we seeing what I'm showing you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So have you seen the value for the extract?
Yes, sir. The empty strings.
Now, let's do this again. COALESCE is taking 2 arguments. In this case, the first argument is the function, nullif function. Second argument is a left function, right? Now, record 1, take note, record 1, nullif is taking 2 arguments, extract an empty string. What will be the output?
No.
Null. Why is it null?
Because they are equal.
They are equal. Because just as we've seen, the extract is actually an empty string. So by the time it returns null, that means everything here will be null for record 1, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Then what does COALESCE do? Will it pick it or skip it?
No, it will go to left.
Left.
The second.
And go and pick
Yes,
this
sir.
one, which is not null. Abi?
Yes, sir.
So for the second record, it will check extract an empty string. What will it return? For record
No.
2. For record 2.
Sorry?
For record 2, extract an empty string.
Record 2. Okay, it will return
Extract
Not
value
null.
1.
no, not value 1.
If they are equal, it returns null.
It's
If they
value
are not
1.
equal, it returns value 1. What is value 1 in this
Yes,
case?
sir. Record 2.
No, let's pick the non-if function. What is value 1? Value 1
Non-if.
is extract.
Yes, sir.
Value 2 is empty string.
Yes.
Is it making sense? Value 1 is extract. Value 2 is empty string.
Okay.
I don't understand, Mr. John.
Don't get it twisted. What does the null-if does? What does it do? The null-if, what does it do?
It
takes
the
two
null
values
it takes two
takes two
values and
check
if they are
if they
both
are equal.
equal,
If they are
it
equal,
comes out
it will
null.
return what? If they are equal, it returns what?
Null.
If they are not equal, it will return what?
Value 1.
Value 1. Now, in this COALESCE, what does the COALESCE function do? Aliyah, please be listening as I explain this again. What does the COALESCE function do? COALESCE
It
function,
skips
it
The
takes
first
a list of arguments and go and pick the first non-null argument. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So in this COALESCE function, how many arguments do we have?
2.
What is the first argument?
Experts.
3.
No. The first
The
argument,
null-if.
the
Non-if.
null-if function.
Yes, sir. Null-if function.
What is the second argument of the COALESCE function? Second argument?
The excerpts.
Nope.
String.
The
You are
string.
using it.
It's
Look at the
left
COALESCE function.
left
This
body.
is the COALESCE
Left.
function. You can see that there are 2 brackets. So in this
Yes, left.
function, the first argument is this. Everything here.
Okay.
Can you see the comma?
Okay.
Comma. Can you see the
Yes,
comma?
yes.
The second
Yes.
argument is this.
It's the left body.
So
Yes.
the first argument is a function itself, which is the nullif function, right? Now, this nullif function, it takes 2 values, true or false.
True.
True.
And in this nullif function, what is the first value?
The excerpts.
So we're looking at this now, right? We're focusing on
Yes.
this. So what is the first value?
Experts.
Excerpt. What is the
Exact.
second
Yes, sir.
value?
The
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 string.
the
Empty
empty
string.
strings.
So
The
the
empty
null
string.
values, it compares the two values. If they are equal, it returns what?
No.
None.
Otherwise, it returns what?
Value 1.
Value 1.
What is value 1?
What is value 1?
In this case,
The X
except,
starts. Yes, sir.
right? Don't
Yes,
worry.
sir.
If you call it expert, if you like call it expert, if you like call it expertise, you just understand what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yes, sir.
Do you get it now? So for our first record, we've established that the excerpt is empty string from the insert query, right? Are we following? The first
Yes,
record,
sir.
first record. Let's go and check
Yes,
it.
sir.
First record. Can we see? Are we now?
Yes.
Are we now?
Yes, sir.
So if it's empty string, by the time it comes here and check, so what are we checking? Example is empty string versus empty string, value 1, value 2. Abi? For record 1. So what will it return? It will return what?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What will it return?
No.
Null.
No.
So that means the whole of this function will be null for record 1. Then this will be argument 2. So by the time
Yes,
this
sir.
is done, record 1 will
Yes,
now
sir.
have null and this. That means COALESCE will now skip null and pick this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because COALESCE is looking for the first non-null argument. Abi now?
No arguments.
Does
Yes,
it
sir.
make sense? Ali, I hope you're getting it now. IJ, Ibrahim. But for
I'm trying.
the second record, excerpt is this. So excerpt is not equals to empty string. So for the second record, excerpt is not equals to empty string. It will return the excerpt value, which is
Yes.
1, because it's not equals to empty string. So by the time COALESCE function works on it, it will return this. Look at the output here. It will return this false because it's not empty string. So also the record 3. So let's do this real quick. Let's join in one more session. We won't finish that session, but we'll just cover enough to ensure that the knowledge is well consolidated, right? So we're going to reinforce the skill and knowledge we've gained in this session. Do you understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. 1 minute is very long.